Hey guys, it's Pastor Mel, and I just need to tell you something real quick. Divorce is real. Furthermore, I decided to have one, and I recommend that you do the same. Yeah, that's right. Divorce yourself from every excuse and every self-imposed limitation that has literally already cost you decades, dreams, and destiny. And don't get me wrong, nothing's more beautiful than unity. That's only when we're unified with the purpose that our Father created us for. And when we're walking within the musical harmony of divine connections with like-minded people. That's people who want what we want and who value what we value and who are more than willing to lock arms with one another to help each other get to where we can get to together through mutual support. Listen, there's something going down right now, y'all. I hope that you don't miss it. If it's in you, then you know who I'm talking to. My partners and I are like family, and this thing we got is thicker than blood because it's made in the spirit. And it's in the spirit that we decided to make some changes. How do you feel about these changes? Are you ready? Let us know if you need a spot at the table. We're about to participate in a halftime of a lifetime. It's winning season. Father's favor. Well, hello, family. Grateful for another opportunity to be with you on this evening. And we're still getting some people in place and in position, I believe, but we're going to make it do what it does. To serve you on tonight, we're going to be talking about what we talk about, and that is this travel club experience that we call Travorium, that is changing lives all around the world. And we believe that you should be next if you're not already in. Our dear sister Sonia is in the house, and we do say good evening to you and all of yours. Grateful for the partnership and the fellowship. We got Donna is in the house. Good evening, beloved. Thank you for reaching in and being connected always. In fact, I didn't even send this to our group. We want to say hello to everybody. We got our dear sister from San Antonio, Renee Winters Jackson is in the house, and we say good evening as well. Y'all do this for me. Share this thing. We're going to try to share some information that's going to change some folks' lives. It's been changing mine, that's for sure, and I'm just one of thousands upon hundreds of thousands around the globe and more than 65 nations strong that are experiencing this thing. Let me tell you why it's so important. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the screen a little video here that kind of gives us an idea and an impression of why it's so important that we do what we do. We keep sharing it, and it's a reason behind the madness. So take a look at this.
There's a big secret in the travel industry that costs you extra money every time you book travel. If you've ever booked travel using Orbitz, Expedia, Priceline, Trivago, or one of the others, you're overpaying every time you use them. You're going to want to see this and learn how you can benefit from this knowledge.
You go to online travel sites and scour them looking for the best hotel deal. You may be actually wasting your time.
I've used Expedia, Trivago, there's Booking.com.
Always looking for a bargain. I like to see the red numbers that make you think like you're getting a good deal.
But that may not be the case.
Almost all those sites are owned by one of two companies.
According to the nonprofit Consumer's Checkbook, Expedia and Booking Holdings owns 95% of third-party booking sites. That means shopping around may be a waste of time, and Checkbook says calling the hotel directly won't land you a better deal. They're hesitant to undercut the booking sites.
From today on, you're aware of the big secret. In a few seconds, we'll learn how you can book your travel without the markups and fees and save up to 70% off. When you use those online sites, it's like choosing to use a typewriter instead of a computer, or mailing a letter when you could send a text, which is clearly faster and more cost-effective. Our company has been helping people travel more, travel better, and travel for less for over a decade. That's not just a saying, it's a fact. Our company is responsible for thousands of families creating memories that will last a lifetime. Our travel membership allows consumers to book travel without any fees or markups of any kind, saving our members up to 70% off the published retail prices and allowing members to travel more for less. Using the same dates and room type, let's show you our price versus their price. Our price at the Conrad Hotel at Resorts World in Las Vegas, August 10th through the 14th, 2022 is $421. Their price, $1,010. You save $589 booking on our site. Our price at the Waikiki Beachcomber Hotel in Hawaii, August 3rd through 10th, 2022 is $1,908. Their price, $3,174. You save $1,266 by booking on our site. Our price at the Virgin Hotel and Resort in Las Vegas, July 15th through the 17th, 2022 is only $214. Their price, $465. You save $251 booking on our site. There are over 1 million hotels and resorts to choose from domestically and internationally to book 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We even have more hotel and resort savings with our getaways, incentive trips, and our world tours. You can continue to overpay for your travel and use companies that try to confuse you and charge you more. Or you can get back in touch with us, fix this problem, and save money every time you travel, starting today.
All right. Well, that's some information for you. We want to give a big shout out. We have Minister Carolyn is in the house, as well as the main man, Deacon Kevin. Good evening, sir, my brother. And our dear sister Carol Casper is here, along with the ambassador, my big sis and mentor, Coach D is in the house. My beautiful, beloved cousin, all the way in Savannah, Georgia, Althea Hyman. Love you, darling. Thank y'all for chiming in. Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to be too long tonight. I have a dear baby girl that is going to be sharing some information with us on tonight, just speaking from her heart. And she does it all the time. She means the world to me. She is a very, very dear daughter. And we're honored by her presence in our lives, and we're thankful for her. She's been through some things at a young age. But God is not through with her yet. He has his hands on her, make no mistake about it. And I'm glad to be a part of her journey. I want to bring Coach Tanya, our one-star director, out of North Kakalaki by way of all over. She'd be all over the place. I don't know. Where you at right now, Tanya? Where you at?
I'm at home. How you doing, Pastor Bill?
Can you hear me okay? Great, beloved. I'm doing great. I'm so grateful that you're back home. I know that you have been at 2 back-to-back funerals in a week, and our condolences to you again. But I know that God is with you and present, and you're back home, so it makes me feel better.
Yep, back home safe and sound.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So listen, we got some stuff to talk about tonight, and you're it. I tagged you, and you're it tonight. We want to hear your story. Give us a little background about who you are, where you're from, and I know that you are author. I know that you are a veteran. I know that you are a survivor of a son that you've lost. I see his face in the banner there. Amen. There you go. Amen. And I know that you are a serious entrepreneur. And I know that you are not going back to work for nobody but you. Come on here. And I know that you've had.
You better know it.
I know that you've had several dozen vacations over the past few years because of this opportunity at pennies on the dollar. So tell us the stuff that we don't know. Let's kind of go behind the scenes, and let's hear from you tonight.
Okay, so good evening, everybody, broadcasting from Facebook and YouTube and all that good platform stuff. But I am Tanya Evans Barnes. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. Graduated from John F. Kennedy High School. Shout out to my Fighting Eagles out there. Hope y'all watching. And went straight to the Air Force. I wanted to go to college. Had a partial scholarship to go because I play a little ball. So I need the book. Look, it's on Amazon, Transparency I remember hurt. But yeah, I have to, raise my two sons. And like you said, I buried my baby boy 5 years ago. But I've been married. Matter of fact, I started this company 2019, right before the pandemic.
Okay.
I was married then.
Okay.
Hey, life has been lifing, and it's gonna keep lifing. But after my son passed away, I said, look, I'm not. Well, actually, let me back up. In 2013, March 4th, 2013, I decided that I wasn't gonna work for the man no more.
Okay.
I know that's not proper English, but I said I ain't gonna work for the man no more. I'm gonna do this. I can do something for myself.
Okay.
Because I like to sing, and people say I'm funny, a little cray, but that's all right. So I'm also a comedian.
Yes.
Singing comedian at that. Yeah, when Trevorium came into my life, I was in a dark place. It seemed like I'd be surrounded by death and stuff like that. So I've been seeing people drop like flies since my son. And I said, you know what? It got to be something better than this. And I said, Lord, you got to do something. If not, I'm going to be a serial killer. I'm going to step into the bad side, Lord. Because I just, the pain of life, I mean, it hurt. It cut you deep. And some people can't handle it. And I think I was at my lowest after my son. And God blessed me with this business. And I said, I'm just going to live for everybody that's going away home too soon, whether it's just their time or their time got taken.
Yeah.
I'm just going to live.
Come on.
I'm going to do a lot of living before it's my turn.
Come on.
Let's just say, because we all get a turn.
Yes.
We all get a turn. And we don't know when that is. So until it's my turn, I'm going to do some living. I've been a wife. I've been a mother. I'm a grandmother. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to take the grandkids to Florida to Disney World. But guess who that's really for?
Come on now. We know that. Yeah, we know this. Yeah, that's your joy to bless them. Yeah.
And 5, Marcy's 5, and I got that. She's my Christmas baby.
Okay.
And Timmy is 4. He's my Easter baby.
Oh, wow.
So they supposed to see the world, and they ready for their adventure, as they call it.
Yeah. What do they call you? What do they call you?
I'm the Nana.
The Nana. Okay.
I'm not just Nana. And when you put the in front of anything, that's pretty important.
That's a distinction. Yeah. Draw a line, and everybody else on that side, you on this side.
Yeah.
I like
but
that.
I've been able to take a whole lot of trips, places, and I'm a very emotional person. I want everybody to win. Even if they don't want, just like people see a lot more in me than I see in myself. I'm the type of, I see a lot more. So I be wanting people to win, but until they ready to win for themselves,
my God,
all I can do is just take these good old scam trips that Trevorium got going on. That's what I be getting. Yeah. It's a scam. I said, I done took 34 of them. I don't know what, and it's money in my bank account. So I don't know what scam y'all talking about, because the real scam is, look, I've been working a job since I was 14 years old. So I know how it is, because if you don't work, if you miss a day out of that 40-hour pay, then your hours gonna be short. That means your money gonna be short. Then Uncle Sam gonna get his.
He gonna get
out the gate. He gonna give you the scraps. And I was really working paycheck to Monday, sometimes 2 jobs at a time. I had 2 kids, and I had 2 sons. So they were like little men. I don't remember them being, children wearing children's clothes. I was paying for grown men clothes in adolescence, especially my baby boy. When he passed away, he was 6'7", 219 pounds.
Wow.
He was a gentle giant.
Yeah, you had some grown men, that's for sure.
Then my other one, he like 6 feet, Made me a grandma. Thank you, Lord. If I would have known being a grandparent was going to be this much fun, I would have had them first.
Come on now.
I really
Yeah,
would have had them first.
reverse that order.
But yeah, I love this company. It's been a blessing. I used to travel anyway. Because like I said, I'm prior military, but I've been traveling since I was 9. My grandparents, military vet. So he started off in the Air Force and ended up in the Army and retired. And now I would just want to see the world. He told me that's what he encourages. You need to see the world. You need to see the world. And now I get to ball out on a budget.
Come on.
I've been to, oh my goodness, I've had a total of 34 trips. And some of those trips is going back and forth to Ohio. My grandparents are still living. So every time I go home, I get to spend time with family, but I don't get to stay. I don't want to stay with the family. So like this last trip, I was up there for a week. Because like you said, I had a cousin who passed away just shy of his 25 years in the military, Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major Marquise Goodwin. My little cousin, he passed away suddenly. And then my stepmom passed away at the age of 67. And it just dawned on me, life is too short to hold grudges, not to forgive, because then you be just stuck. And I don't want to be stuck. So I just planned, I'm going to Alabama next.
Okay.
My nephew was graduating. I wouldn't be able to do all of this. I'm going to Vegas in July, taking the kids to Disney World in June.
I'd love to see you there.
This platform.
Yeah.
Paying pennies on the dollar because all 3 trips I booked at the same time. And Travorium is all I do.
Yeah.
I used to drive. I do have a little transportation business on the side, but Travorium is really all I do. I breathe. Look, got my Travorium Proud T-shirt on.
I know that's right. Yeah.
I live, breathe. I heard the presentation last night, and I don't know who said it, that they had T-shirts made that I got the secret.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me some T-shirt. Hope they don't mind.
We're gonna
get some T-shirt.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
I think that was awesome. Have people, because I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas is busy.
Absolutely.
I'll be there for 11 days because of the event. I extended my stay, but I did that on the getaway.
What type of price? What type of price are we talking about?
$143 for a week in Vegas. Let's see, $117 for a week in Florida. Like $500 for a week using our Better Than Travel agent rate, our Travorium site. $500 for a week, all at 3- and 4-star hotels. So, and it's a write-off.
Yeah,
because this is what I do.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some pictures and I'm gonna post them on Facebook. I have to unload my phone from this last trip. They was asking me, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm working. I'm in town for a funeral at the repast. I was like, "Hey, I know y'all need a vacation after this."
Come on now.
And they was like, yes. I was like, let me help you get your first one free.
Right.
You can get your first one free. Let me help you. So
right. Right. For the benefit of those who are watching, we want to give a big shout out to Rand D. Williams. Much love to you, sir. I saw my friend, my brother, Pastor Ralph Dawkins is in the house. Fellow New Yorker, much love to you, sir. We definitely need to reconnect. Guys, she's talking about a travel experience by being a member in a travel club. No contract, no timeshare type of stuff. We do not believe in that type of stuff. And we're both travel agents. My wife, Kendra, and I, we've been travel agents for well over 11 years. And we can tell you that the reason we became members in this club 5+ years ago is because they were offering things that we couldn't even get as travel agents, let alone pass on those types of prices to our clients. So consider this. She just mentioned the price for Vegas for a whole week. We booked the same. We're at a 4-star hotel there in Vegas in July. We paid $99 for the entire week. And that's one of our what we call the Dreamcation Escapes, guys.
Mhm.
That's there are over 2,000 destinations in that particular portfolio alone, not just across the United States, but all around the world and back. Why would you continue to pay thousands and multiple thousands of dollars to stay at the same exact places where, as a member in this club, you can stay for $100 or a few odd dollars in their neighborhood? We just booked Hawaii. We got Hawaii. We've always thought of going. The last time we were going to go, we went to Alaska instead, and we really enjoyed Alaska. But this time we said we're going to do Hawaii. Guys, let me tell you something. We booked it in the rooms there. Now, they've always told me Hawaii was very expensive, and some of you know that. The room that we booked, 4-star hotel, extraordinary. We're paying $539 for 5 days and 4 nights. Now, we got some extra nights included, but we'll talk about that in a moment. $539 for 5 days, 4 nights. When you go on all the sites that are your OTAs, online travel agents, it doesn't matter if it's Expedia, Priceline, they're all the same. They're in 2 camps, by the way. You're going to find that the price for that same room that we're paying $539 for 5 days and 4 nights starts at $579 to $799 for every night. So I want you to do that math and see which one that you think is better. And as she mentioned, tax deductible for us.
Oh, yes.
With the opportunity. So here's what I want to do, baby girl. I want to put a quick video up, and then I'm going to have you just respond back, because we want to put it in perspective, especially you're just getting back from life celebration for loved ones. And I was going to share this anyway. And I don't want anybody I'm not trying to be morbid. I'm not trying to give anybody a death sentence or anything, but you said something that was a reality. All of us are leaving here. And one of the greatest problems is some of us are leaving and we've never lived. Say that again. Some of us are living and we've never really lived. We've not had, I mean, come on. We've not had 1 ounce of life because everything is work, school, church, this, that, or other. And that's all we know and that's all we've done. And you've had no joy in your life, no excitement, no passion, no anything. And I don't believe that's God's way at all.
It's not.
It's the contrary, in fact. I believe when the Lord says, I've come that you might have life and have it more abundantly, spending quality time with your friends and family, and even sometimes with yourself, just you and the Lord.
Yes.
That those intimate moments, not just always at the house, not even always in your hood, not always in your city, not always in your state, not always in your nation. Man, he made this planet for something. And it ain't just, for the people to be where they are, stay where they are. So we found a way to add some quality to your life. We found a way to add some substance to your life that I believe is irreplaceable. Some of the memories that will now forever be cherished. When Coach Tanya and I, we actually met on. Tell us about how we met, and then how we met in person. And then I'm going to share this video. Talk to us about that real quick.
Okay, so when I first met you, I met you through Leroy Wainwright. We call him Wheezy, but he's one of my brother's friends. And I had just got back from Cleveland, and I guess I don't know, because he had dropped. Matter of fact, he had just dropped off my stepmom. She was coming to spend some time with me. They did a road trip around the world doing different hotels. So she landed herself in North Carolina, and he dropped her off, and he was like, "Sis, you like to travel, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You want a free trip?" And I was like, "Free? Yeah. What do I got to do?" He was like, "Well, you just have to watch this video and have a conversation." So I said, okay. A couple days went by. He said, "Sis, did you watch the video?" And I was like, "Oh no, something came up. Send me, I'm gonna watch it right now." So he sent me the video, and I was like, "Is this okay? So when can I get what you want? What I need to do now?" He said, "I need to do a 3-way." So I said, "Okay." So he did a 3-way, and lo and behold, I got to have a conversation with you, Pastor Mel. So as we were talking and you were explaining it to me, and I was just like, it didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been scammed like a quite.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, put like this. When I got my timeshare, that was a scam.
Yes, Lord. Sure enough.
Now that right there,
Sure enough.
that was a scam. So
Ought to be a long distance.
D, man, that was a scam. But and I had just got a timeshare like 30 days prior.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I think that was the trip I had just came back from and didn't unpack yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I found out that I wasn't able to get my room
Mm-hmm.
and for a certain amount of time, but y'all wanted me to pay all this money.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was talking to you and you was telling me about how my money is being matched by the company
Mm-hmm.
and how I get a free trip every year and how all I gotta do is pay the taxes and I can get to pick these destinations all over the world. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I said, did you say you was a pastor? Son?
Right.
I said, you ain't one of them lying pastors. I remember saying that specifically. I was now listen, I know some lying pastors out here. And I grew up in the church, so I know the difference. I said, sir, so you mean to tell me
Mm-hmm.
that whatever level I get in on,
Mm-hmm.
the company is going to match that
Mm-hmm.
on the titanium and platinum? And then I was then you told me the price. I said, are you sure?
Am I hearing this right?
Like you mean I mean,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So how much is this? I said, let me do this. I'm gonna start off as a titanium.
Right. I remember.
And if it's too legit to quit, I will just upgrade.
Right.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look, and I'm thinking Weezy was gonna help me
Right.
go through the bag. As soon as my site paid, because I had to sacrifice, because at the time I wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
All I was doing was collecting my disability, my SSDI.
Mm-hmm.
So, funds was limited.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you had said that I can get paid
Mm-hmm.
to travel, and at the time they had the travel agent piece.
Right.
So I became, that's how I became a travel agent.
Right.
But I found out that everybody that was contacting me about booking their travel, they was getting on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was doing all this work and not just, and then they end up going with Expedia and Priceline anyway, because I can't, as a travel agent, I can't give you the hookup.
Right. Retail prices. That's what it is.
So when I got with Travoria
Mm-hmm.
and was going, like my very first trip was to Daytona Beach, Florida. It was my husband's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So we went down there 4 days, 3 nights. I used that. That was my first free trip incentive. I ain't have to touch my travel points.
Mm-hmm.
It was the free trip incentive. Went to Daytona Beach, Florida, stayed at a 4-star hotel for 4 days and 3 nights. It was the taxes on that was $59.10.
Come on now.
Not per night, but for the entire stay.
Mm-hmm.
$60. Okay.
Technically.
Technically. Let's round up.
Yeah.
Then I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then I booked a Dreamcation.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to, it was a 4-star resort. I paid. At that time, I was a titanium.
Mm-hmm.
So I paid $219 for the week on the retail price of $1,600 for the week.
Yeah.
$213, $1,300. It just made.
Come on.
I mean, I like to ball out on the budget.
Yeah.
I mean, I took my one of my homegirls. Shout out to Amanda McNeil. I'm waiting on our next adventure, but I took her with me, and we hung out for a week.
That's
no
good stuff.
husbands.
All right. All right.
Then Vegas, because at that time I was sold. After that, so I upgraded. I had some commission. Matter of fact, I made my husband get one, because it's for Uncle Sam say if you got a home-based business, you can give yourself a pay raise. So I said, hey, you're going to get in this and gonna give yourself a pay raise in this business. I mean, it's your job. He started bringing in an additional $500 a month.
Wow.
Extra.
Right.
Because they're not taxing them as much.
Right.
I'm just shout out to Cynthia Sly, Ambassador Cynthia Sly, on that with the taxes at the team conference, Memphis conference, and I think it was 20. Pastor Guy was still alive, so it was like 2020.
2 years. Yeah, 21.
21. Yeah, because I think I spoke. I spoke at one of them. But yeah, shout out to Coach D, double ambassador, Coach D,
double ambassador,
which is another one that I was dropped off on. Thank you, Lord, for the drop off. Is all I can say. But I went to Vegas for a week for $89.73. I'd have been this year alone. I was in the Outer Banks, Kitty Hawk on the getaway because I had to grab that travel pack. That's 2,000 points. So I had to. I'm gone anyway.
Right.
So I needed the points. So I did the getaway in the Outer Banks. That was $73. Stay at a 4-star resort. $73 for the week. Then in February, Valentine's Day week. Hey, Michael Stanley. February, Valentine's Day week, I hung out with Marcy Thomas, 1-star director Marcy Thomas, down in Atlanta, Georgia. That was a free trip. 4 days. We went to the Georgia Aquarium. You should have seen me and Marcy. We ate at this really good restaurant that's right next door to the aquarium, right across the street from the aquarium. We was in the who gonna pay this? I'll get this. Let me swipe mine because it's a write-off.
Yeah.
We taking pictures. We talking to the waitress. Hey, I made sure I got both the waitresses' number. Yeah, because we working. That's what work look like. We went to the aquarium because we worked. We was working at the aquarium too. Right off. It just makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. I want you to put this in perspective. I'm going to share a very brief video, and then I'm going to have you to come back and wrap it up for us, and we'll finish up a little bit early. I don't think that we really appreciate the perspective of time the way we should. We waste so much, number one. And then we put a lot of time, which is the greatest resource. People always say time is money, but no, not exactly. It's more important because you could run out of money and get more. But when you out of time, it's a wrap. So I'm going to share this video to really give us a more hopefully clear, clarified perspective of how valuable it is of everything that you've already shared. Take a look at this and then I'll bring you right back in.
These are roughly 28,835 jelly beans. I counted out 500 of them and used those to weigh the rest. In this pile, there's one jelly bean for each day that the average American will live. You might have more beans in your life, or maybe less, but on average, this is the time we have. Here's a single bean. It's your very first day. A special day, but kind of a rough day on everyone involved. Add 364 more and you have the first year of your life. Now, for a sense of scale, here are your first 15 years, 5,475 days, which brings us to the threshold of adulthood. And at that moment, this is the time that we have left. And this is, on average, what we will do with all that time. We will be asleep for a total of 8,477 days. If we're lucky, some of that time we'll be sleeping next to someone we love. We will be in the process of eating, drinking, or preparing food for 1,635 days. We'll be at work, hopefully doing something satisfying, for the equivalent of 3,202 of those days. 1,099 days will be spent commuting or traveling from one place to another, maybe a little bit more if you live in LA. On average, we will watch television in one form or another for a total of 2,676 days. Household activities, like chores and tending to our pets and shopping, will take another 1,576 days. And we will care for the needs and well-being of others, our friends and family, for 564 days. We'll spend 671 days bathing, grooming, and doing all other bathroom-related activities, and another 720 days will go to community activities, like religious and civic duties, charities, and taking classes. After we remove all those beans, this is what remains. this is the time that we have left. Time for laughing, swimming, making art, going on hikes, text messages, reading, checking Facebook, playing softball, maybe even teaching yourself how to play the guitar. So what are you going to do with this time? How much of it do you think you've already used up? If you only had half of it, what would you do differently? What about half of that? How much time have you already spent worrying instead of doing something that you love? What if you just had one more day? What are you going to do today?
A profound story indeed. Dr. Fred, it's good to see you, my brother. We have Juanita is in the house. Much love to you. Kimberly Graham, the same. Thank you for chiming in. Alicia Davis, thank you, beloved. And then I got my Aunt Linda is in the house, and she's one of our new club members as well. Nayeli, Jelly, and Ariel, it's good to see you, sweetheart. Demita, good to see you. And we got my main man, Maurice Covington. So listen, guys, I'm going to have Coach Tanya to wrap it up with her perspective of this value and this clarification of how essential it is to really count our jelly beans, if you will, to number our days, if you will, apply our hearts to wisdom, if you will, because when you really think about it, we mismanage so much of our time. Number one, the perspective of thinking that the only way to earn income and take care of yourself and family is in a linear scale, that you're demanded, and that's the only way to go somewhere, clock in, spend a bunch of hours, clock out, and then earn income based upon your swap of the time that you've put in, and that's the value that you are being paid on, the time that you were there, clocked in, or maybe your salary is, different, than you put even more hours in. And we've been taught, we've been educated to go to school, get a good job, stay there 30 years, 25, something like that, retire and live happily ever after. We're finding out over and over again that is a creation of folk who are already wealthy, passing that on to make sure that they had people to keep their system going.
Right.
And if you want to get out of that system, y'all, you need something that you own. You need something that you can pass on. We talk about it all the time, but we don't live it. The wise man leaves an inheritance to their children's children. How are you going to do that with the job? Number one, they don't want it. They don't want your job. If they qualify to have your job, I'm sure there will be an argument. Like
you don't want your job. Let's be real. You don't even want your job.
And you think they're gonna want it. So if it's truth is being told, we were sold a bill of goods, how to sustain ourselves and take care of ourselves. And it's time to really reevaluate our living as a whole. How are we really living? Is the lifestyle we're living so limited because we were told information that wasn't accurate? I believe that to be the case. So we teach about residual income. We teach about a means in which it's not based, your income is not based upon how many hours you put in. It's not based upon, being present on a particular site. In fact, with our opportunity in the largest industry on the planet called travel, an $8 to $9 trillion industry, guys, you don't sell it, it sells itself. I've never been able to convince anybody to go anywhere that they did not want to go. All we do is we show them, as Coach Tanya said, why would you pay $1,300 over here to go to the same spot where you can pay $100 to $200? If you call that selling, then oh well, it is what it is. I call it sense, and we ought to get some. So right. My thing is, we have a means that your income can be created in a fashion where it's residual. That by simply sharing this with other people, logical, sensible, rational people, they'll get the clue and they say, you know what? I've been spending a lot of money on these vacations. You're going to places that I've been to and I paid $2,000 and $3,000, and you just showed me by documentation and video and receipts and everything else, you paid $399 and I paid $3,000. Well, when you're able to solve people's problems, and that is a problem that people have been paying ridiculously high retail rates, when you're able to solve that problem for folk, and become the solution, you're adding value. And the more value you add to other people, the more valuable you become yourself. And this is a company that will pay you because of that value. So to anybody watching, I would encourage you, we ain't got nothing to take from you, but we sure enough got something to get to you. And that's a value for sure. Coach Tanya, I want you to close us out. Thank you, beloved, for all that you do. I'm going to get off the screen. I'm going to let you just have a few moments to give us some clarity about that time perspective and what you would tell us to do. Give us some instructions and let us know where do we go from here. God bless you. I love you, and I'll be seeing you on another call. All right. Well, listen, guys, that video really hit home because life is just a gust of wind. This last 40 minutes that we've been on here talking about these type of things, we can't get that time back. So it's time for us to start living before we die, because we all get a turn. It's what you do in between that time is what's really going to count. A lot of times we talk about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and I wish we can do that, or I wish, but now you can, scared or not. It's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Life is going to keep lifing us anyway, but we were tricked. Check out your parents, for instance. If they are still alive and working a job, did it work out for them? No. Now is a better way. It's a better time. Now is the season to get what's coming to you, which is your inheritance on earth. And we got a way to show you just how to do that. So God bless. We'll see you on the beaches or at the bank. We can show you how to get to both, but we're going to see you. Take care. Good night.